Yeah. Yo, I make that stupid mystic euphemistic music, you should listen to it. Who are you?
Yo, so it's your boy SKANDOUZ, the hip hop original, and we're here for episode number 5 of season 3 of the head-to-head interview series. And I'm joined by an amazing hip hop artist, a legend in the scene. And definitely this interview's been a long time coming. And I know I've been badgering her for probably over the years. She probably doesn't even remember, but we're finally here. That's what matters. So yeah, man, welcome to the show, the one and only Jaz Kahina. How you doing?
Oh, thank you. What an introduction. Yeah, I mean, for somebody that likes talking a lot, I am quite hard to pin down for an interview. I don't know why. But yeah, thanks.
Awesome.
Great intro.
Cool. So the first question we usually ask is, Jaz Kahina, how did you find yourself into hip hop?
Sometimes it's a little bit hard to pinpoint. When I seriously started getting interested, I suppose I was about 11 or 12, I think. And the first kind of things that caught my eye were things like my sister's friends making her mixtapes. And on that would be like the Beastie Boys and stuff. I remember getting a Master Cuts. Do you remember the Master Cuts compilations?
Right.
It was the Master Cuts classics, and it was like Public Enemy, Digital Underground, things like that. So I literally went to the library to try and find hip hop things because I didn't know how to find them. I actually kept that tape. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, twiddling the knob on the radio, that kind of thing. And I think the things that really gripped me at first were with the Beastie Boys, it was the lyrics. Right. And I was really interested in some of the messages they had. I actually turned veggie because of them, I think, when I was 12. Been veggie ever since. They're goodest. So the album that I got into there was the Ill Communication album. And then with Public Enemy, again, strong political messages. But also I was very interested in the and another mix thing I got that had Salt and Pepper on it and Scott La Rock and people like that was how forceful, how confident the lyrics are in old school hip hop. Yeah. That and also the kind of sampling and all those noises and all the way they were cut and scratch, especially that what Public Enemy tune was it? Can't remember now. There's just so many noises on it, and it's quite jarring noises, all those kind of and all that yeah. And I loved the abrasiveness of that sound, and also again the kind of strong messages. I was a very opinionated child, so
right.
Hip hop's kind of the most intellectual music there is, probably, where you have complex ideas put on a track, not just abstract love songs or whatever. Yeah. So that was quite, I guess, a bit removed from being absorbed in it locally or in a scene. That's all from my bedroom, innit, really. Yeah. And then obviously in film, I would see it. My sister got me a UK B-Boy Championships 1996 video, which I got over there, that I would just watch every day, just watch the whole thing. And that was compared by, gosh, what's wrong with me? Oh, never mind, I'll get back to it anyway. But yeah, and there's Big Daddy Kane performances on that, and all the breaking crews. So I got interested in it in quite a kind of multi way. And then there was the graffiti on the tracks I used to go from Homerton to Camden to school. Yeah. And that attracted me as well. I was like, who are these people? Why have you done it, innit? And it would just be the same names again. Who's Sub? Who's Teach? Who's Bosch? And so I guess that. I can't remember the other components to your question. That's kind of my memory of hip hop grabbing me as a genre. Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say was the first element of hip hop culture that you gravitated to? Was it because I imagine it might not have been MCing straight away. It could have been the graph, or it could have been the beats, or it could have been what one did you really?
It was the MCing.
Straight away.
The MCing. And I also the 80s fashion. So I would try and customize my clothes to look kind of mad. Yeah. I guess in a bit of an attention seekery way, just wanting to show I'm into this. But yeah, definitely the rapping. I think because I was, like I said, I was quite an opinionated child. And I also, before like rapping and battles and things like that, I did used to have to defend myself vocally a lot. So like there would be cussing matches every day in it.
Yeah.
And that is very close to hip hop culture and lyricism, where you're using your words to get one up on someone, making their friends laugh at them, like whatever it is, get some power back. So definitely lyrical. And I mean, before that, I loved English, was my favorite subject. I used to write stories, pages and pages of stories when I was little. So yeah, an extension of that, I suppose.
Okay.
But I tried everything.
All right.
I tried my bit of breakdancing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the lyrics.
Cool, man. So what would you say was the first, what's the origin of your name? So like Jaz Kahina, and was it the first name you came with?
I was always just Jaz because that was my nickname. I think my sister gave me the nickname.
Right.
And I just couldn't be bothered to think of a rap name. And then when I started trying to like record a bit more seriously, or when the internet became like an important thing.
Yeah.
So this was like 2010 or 11 or something. And I was starting to record again. And we were like, you're not going to find Jaz. If you type JAZ into YouTube, you're not going to get me.
Yeah.
So we were trying to think of something to add on the end. So yeah, I purposely went out thinking, what can I put on the end of another part of my name to make it more unique? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people do like superhero stuff, whatever. So I thought, no, not really me. So Queen Kahina is a Berber queen. My ethnicity is I'm part Berber. My dad's Berber Algerian. Oh, cool. And she's a 7th century military queen, but strong female figure connected to my history. There you go, Kahina. Yeah. Jaz Kahina. So that's my name. It sounds so old. Anyone with Jaz in their name is old school with it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a bit no frills about stuff like that, considering how much I like to plan other things like jazz. Same with graffiti, my tag, Jaz, that'll do. Yeah. I can't be bothered to think of something else.
Right. So when it came to your graffiti work, like, did you just go out there, start bombing, or did you have a plan in mind, or what was the appeal for you?
The appeal was, I guess, like the anonymity of it, but like the fame at the same time. So just putting it up and then seeing it, and everyone else has seen it. It's like a secret society, I suppose. But yeah, I started off with a little marker, like literally a felt tip. I didn't really know anything about graffiti at all. I thought chrome and black dubs were white and black. I didn't know they were like silver paint. I knew nothing. So I had a few little tags I made up. Looked awful, obviously. But it is how I met Skinny Man, I think, as well. So all these things have made connections. I think he saw me tagging on Camden Road Station when I was 12, innit? It's 1996.
Wow.
And he was like, oh, you like hip hop? So he must have been like 22 or something. And he's like, oh, we got this EP out called Mud Files. And he wrote it on a bit of paper for me. So even like that, making little connections like that. But yeah, I didn't do proper graph until I was probably 17 or something. Okay. And my boyfriend, I started going out with someone that was a writer. Yeah. So me and his mates used to go out. Every time we went out, we would street bomb on the way home. We would walk tracks on the way home. So I used to work and play very hard. But yeah, before I was a parent, I can't play quite as hard.
Yeah, man. And I mean, because obviously a lot of artists, they don't live that. And that's such a famous stretch of the overground train line. You said from Homerton to Camden, every time, because I used that. I literally went down that line and Monday. So and it's been known literally over the years, man. So much graph. And it's really easy to walk down there as well.
Exactly, it's such easy. The track sides, there's easy track sides in it. It used to be called the North London Link Line. Okay. Back in the day, and it used to go to Silvertown too. Don't know if you remember.
They just had it off down where XL is, isn't it? And they just cut that section of the line off of it.
Yeah. I don't even know what they did. And then obviously it's the overground. Yeah. But yeah, fun times on those tracks. And it seemed like everybody hit those tracks. You'd see everyone up.
So I remember back when I first started seeing you on the scene, because you used to go to a lot of hip hop events, isn't it?
Every single one I could go to, I'd be there, yeah.
Yeah, man. So what's your memories of like the early hip hop nights, like around Camden and London and that back in the day?
Yeah, Kung Fu is probably the earliest. The earliest I went to Kung Fu is I went once when it was at WKD's.
Yeah.
So this is pre Underworld.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably 99, 2000, 99.
2000, yeah,
About 15.
Yeah.
And I was all dressed up. I didn't know it wasn't like a dress and heels thing. But anyway, yeah, my main memories are the Underworld. Man, everybody, you'd wait the whole month. You go and get your ticket from MSN Records on Camden High Street, your £5 ticket, usually, I think. Or was it occasionally £5? I think it was a £5. Yeah, and it would be like the highlight of the month. Yeah. And it would always be sick. It would always be rammed. There was the open mic. That's the other thing. That's where the hungry rappers are excited. The open mic opportunity, where my Stiggy would always let me get on a mic. Probably the first time I rapped on stage would be at Kung Fu open mic. But yeah, it'd always be stars on that lineup, innit?
And like historic moments, man. So like, first time Task Force revealed the secret member,
I remember that.
Yeah, I was there, man. It was sick.
Secret weapon, innit?
Yeah.
With his hood up.
Yeah.
I think he was a kid, innit? 16 or something.
Yeah. Like so many hits. It's like when we look back now, we just think, wow, all these historic moments, man. The first time Kalashnikov dropped, flipping Dago mentality, just those like historic moments, man. And
what used to do.
Yeah.
Everybody murder the whole club.
Oh, mad, like that was like flipping biggest song of like the year, like as soon as it dropped, man.
Yeah. I mean, we were having a very I always saw Nikki bringing up like Twitter in an interview, but we were having a big discussion on Twitter about it. I was asking, is there any bigger UK hip hop band than the Murder? And I'm not gonna like go over it, the whole thing. There was a couple of comparisons, but yeah, it is one of the ultimate. Like, I can't think of anything like it now. Yeah. But it's a different era. I'm not saying music's not good enough, but it's different. Yeah. Speaker's Corner was one I used to hit up every month. That was a little bit later. Concerts. What other regular nights? So there was. Do you remember a night called Mixomatosis at Madame Jojo's?
I remember Madame Jojo's, but I might remember that being that's a name, boy. Yeah.
Why was there a hip hop night there? I don't even know. But yeah, anywhere I could find one in it. There's loads more. There was that one at Medicine Bar. There was a regular one at Medicine Bar. There was Suspect Packages at Vibe Bar. Yeah. But the earliest ones I'm remembering are Kung Fu. And I used to go Bagley's, but that's garage. Yeah. And Brixton Mass, Deck Effects. Those were amazing. You'd have like Beat Nuts. Beat Nuts there. And then Nicky Black Market in room 2. Those are really good events, man. Like amazing memories. I lived for that stuff, I worked full time and I lived for the nightlife. Yeah,
for the scene, man. And it's kind of strange because obviously when you used to go to all those gigs, you'd see all the same faces, and like even at the concerts you'd see everybody after the show, like, and we'll catch up on all of that. But then like I recently must have went to like see Lupe Fiasco, like, and I literally came out of the venue and it was like me, Paul H, and that was it. Like I just did not like anybody. It was like, where's our hip hop scene? Like, where's our scene gone? It's weird, man. It was really like.
Yeah, in those concerts, there were always people would travel, from the outskirts of London, but there'd always be like a little core group, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's mad, man. So you said that you like first got on the open mic around Kung Fu times with my Stiggy. How did you evolve like from doing open mics to actually getting on tracks? Like, when did that point happen?
I feel like the first thing I properly recorded was a graph tune.
Okay.
I was really drunk, steaming drunk, proper lager out tune, and it was on a producer called Sessions tune. This is like that, ATG, the graph crew.
Yeah.
So it was them guys. I was at somebody's house, and I just recorded this track. I've still got it somewhere. It's actually quite sick. Yeah. But yeah, so that's the first time I recorded, but nothing ever really came of all that stuff. Like, I think I was just too busy working and going out. I don't know. I kind of wish I had pursued it. And then I had kids, like fairly young, I suppose, like 23. It's quite young these days.
Yeah.
And I didn't start recording again properly till like I said before 2011.
Yeah.
After my first child was born, and my husband was like, "Why don't you start recording again?"
Yeah.
And he, Scribbler, terra firma Scribbler, because they went to school together. He's like, "Oh, my wife raps." Scribbler's like, "Oh, this old chestnut," you know. So we went to Scribbler's house, and he was like, "Oh, you're actually good, isn't it?" Like, you know, someone's always trying to ask for something or whatever it is. I don't know. But then we started recording together, innit? So like Dope MC. No, it wasn't Dope MC. There was a tune called Gone I did, Slade Man produced, and it was a collab with Aguilar.
Okay.
Aguilar from New York.
Yeah.
Legend Aguilar.
Yeah.
So that was my proper music video, first proper music video I did as well.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for that time it was quite a professional. It was a professional music video, but I mean, not everybody had a nice slick music video, so it did get noticed. Like I did get noticed.
Right.
And then I did another tune that Scribs and Diablo produced called Dope MC, which has a sick like body horror video, and that got noticed too. And then I had another child, and I kind of like disappeared again.
Right.
So which I don't regret, but like I kind of also wish I'd continued.
Yeah.
And then I didn't start recording again until like 2015 or 2018.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't remember now. So it's been patchy, my recording career.
Right.
And when you say like legend or whatever, I always feel like that's more associated with me as a person just always like being there.
Yeah,
like from day one, like from a very young age, just being part of the furniture of the kind of scene or the culture or whatever. But my recording history has been patchy. This is probably the longest, even though this is still patchy, I have been at least recording for a few years in a row.
Right. Because you dropped your debut EP was called School Run, right?
Yes.
So what was so my next question would have been like how has being a parent affected you as an artist?
I think that when you have additional things you do, it always adds to your like multifaceted experiences and complexity of your character. So first of all, I'd say that it allows me to have perspectives that maybe other people don't have. I mean, loads of people are parents, nothing special. But aside from that, it's quite difficult. And I especially stopped making music when I had a baby, because I've personally found especially when your children's a baby and you're the mother, you literally exist for them to survive. And I didn't feel like I had an identity outside of that, hardly at all. And I lost that for quite a long time. So that has massive impact, I think, especially if you're a woman. I mean, I suppose not just being a woman, but being like, if you're like the main caregiver all the time. But obviously, if you're the woman, you're the one whose body's gone through the changes, and you spent 9 months doing like completely different things you normally would or whatever. You've gone through a process. So that. And then also sometimes it is quite hard to get into a creative space, get out of mum mode into creative space. Or, you thought you were going to do this and then something happens with the kids. It means you have to plan. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna like sleep in the studio for a few days and like conjure up this thing. Or maybe you could, I don't know, but like there's not as much freedom, I suppose. I can imagine. But at the same time, I failed to see it as a negative, because you're gonna get something else. We can't all be childless, people that can just do whatever. Like and also you're already an inspiration to like all of the mums that probably couldn't get back into rapping. Up the mic and they're seeing you do it, and just being flat out like, yo, this is a School Run EP, and they're just like, oh good. Someone did it. And making it part of your identity instead of pretending you're not a parent.
And the thing is, you get loads of artists that are mums that are like that. They don't put their children anywhere near there.
That's true.
And like it never happened, so it's just man, definitely have to commend you for that, and as an inspiration to other mums and dads, because I know
I agree.
dads
yeah, I've heard that one too. Right, you having a laugh? Rapping's just playing with words. What do you think kids need to do?
Yeah, that's wicked, man. But have you found your content's changed at all since you're a mum now, or you just like?
Yeah, it's got greasier. Do you know what's funny? It actually had nothing to do with really parenting, but like historically, I have felt quite restricted by my upbringing. I was raised in quite a strict household. I'm of Muslim origin. My dad's North African, and there's an element that a lot of people will relate to of like respect. And I don't want to, and I've always felt like I don't want to offend my culture in it. So like, it has snuck in here and there, but like very little swearing, not wanting to touch on things like, and I think as I've got older, I've become much more me, where it's like, well, sorry, this is me, innit? And I care a lot less, innit? And I don't even think they're really listening, to be honest. But yeah, where I've definitely started expressing myself and not just pretending I'm this kind of like self-righteous rapper that just hasn't, like, that isn't really me, innit? Like, how many years have I spent, like, I mean, I suppose I always have come across a bit as a lager out, but you know what I mean? I think sometimes as an artist, you don't realise you are like restricting your thing a bit because you don't want that to be seen or this to be seen. I'm sure I'm still doing it, but I'd say my content's got a lot more self-expressive. Yeah,
that's dope, man. And the honesty as well, man, because you had a record out called, was it Date Night or something like that? So it's more
Hot Date.
Yeah. And
I love that tune.
So what was the inspiration behind that? Was that really like based on like real life experiences or?
Yeah, so what I like to do is really exaggerate my frustrations on things like that. So Hot Date is actually about two different men. I started writing it about one guy, and it went to one side, and then another guy, my muses, sorry guys, you are my muses, we're artists, innit? And then so it's almost like not one verse each really even, but it's inspired by two different guys, but what it's really always about is me, the common denominator of kind of recurring popping up things of what I look for, how I react to things. But usually the way I write about relationship type stuff is that I exaggerate it because it's, I don't know, it's just how I process it, and it's funny. And also I'm quite a dark person, and I suppose the exaggeration comes from pain as well. Is that intimate relationships with men usually end up causing me quite a lot of pain, and it isn't not in a blame sense, but they're problematic for me, which is why I've kind of stayed out of them for a while now. But anyway, so that I guess the darkness of it is a reflection of that, and then also I bring movie references into it as well, like making it more extreme. Like in Hot Date, where I say, not your cup of tea, call me Graham Young, for example. I'm always explaining this flipping reference. And Graham Young is actually he's a real serial killer, but there's a film about him too. Anyway, he's a teacup poisoner. So it's like saying, oh, if you don't like me, I'm gonna kill you. Obviously, I'm not like that, innit? But I find it amusing to play out like a kind of, I find it amusing and cathartic to play that extremeness out. I think loads of people do that. I think a lot of men, actually, when they're hurt, and women too, go to like quite extreme misogyny or like fantasist misogyny. And with women, maybe even fantasists of hating men or whatever. And what I prefer to do, because I don't really ever feel particularly vengeful. I don't ever really even feel bitter. Because I think I know it's me. I know the feelings you have about something that's finished is to do with you, really. And I like to exaggerate that.
And you follow that up with what's it? Live, love, laugh. Yeah.
Live, love, laugh. Yeah. That was fun. That is a little bit of, I'm poking fun a bit there of a certain type of woman that got on my nerves. don't want to say a specific one, maybe a specific couple, few,
right,
of like that kind of like nicey astrology women that like.
What's your star sign?
Not just them either, but yeah, like, so there's the astrology thing. Astrology gets my nerves. I'm sorry, it just does, innit? I can't stand like the idea of saying someone acts a certain way because they're born in a certain month. Can't stand it.
Yeah.
And then I also don't like fake positivity at all. The nicest people I know, the kindest people I know, the most inspiring people I know, none of them ever have to make the statement that they're positive.
Yeah.
Because they just are.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Yeah.
And so it's a bit of a dig at that whole, like, we're enlightened. We're the enlightened people that are like, you know, always striving for growth. We're all striving for growth. Guess what? We all want to be happy. Would you like to be miserable? No. Would you like to be sad? No. Guess what? We all want to be positive and happy. Yeah. So I did again. I like to take the mick in it.
Yeah.
So just a bit of a taking tune.
So what's next? Is there going to be like a third one, or is it going to be like a trilogy? I'm guilty of just putting out singles. Even School Run was like a hodgepodge of singles. That was not a thought out thing. Right. At the moment, I'm doing an EP with one producer, Kurt Cataract. All right.
Sick.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this EP. A label actually asked us to do it.
Yeah.
So they heard Live, Love, Laugh, and they're like, I like this. Can you make an EP together? So that's underway. Recorded a bit of it. My mind's already creating the videos. Yeah, I'm really pleased of how I think this is going to turn out. So it's going to be a nice project with like one producer that's been thought out a bit. So that's exciting.
Sick. And is there an expected date for that, or?
No. ASAP. That's my expected date for everything I ever do. Is just like as soon as I can. As soon as something's ready, I'm like itching to put it out. But this can't really go like that. But I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. I don't know. But I might have a couple things that I put out randomly before that's out though. Like if I have an idea, I'll do it and I'll put it out. That's kind of how I operate. And I have got a couple. So.
Oh, wicked. Cool.
Yeah.
So otherwise, I mean, you're an MC, but I mean, obviously you act, you know. One of the things we saw you in was Cassie's Dead epic video.
Oh yeah, Boys Will Be Boys.
Boys Will Be Boys. Was you a reporter or something like that, or? I
was a PR agent. So I was actually a PR agent to a model who, I can't remember if you see her or not, but she goes down the catwalk to the stage thing and I'm standing on stage. But yeah, so I'm a PR. Yeah. Agent. Yeah.
So how did that all come together? And is that the start of like an acting career that we're getting from you?
I think I already act in my music videos quite a lot. And I would love to be involved in acting. And Kath asked me if I wanted to be in the video because we kind of know each other from me being a fan, essentially. I used to go to his every show he did. Well, I still kind of do, to be fair. It's been lockdown or whatever, but I think we first started talking because I was wearing like an Averex. At the time, they hadn't made a resurgence really.
Yeah.
It was like 2016 something. He was like, "Where did you get Averex?" Whatever. So you know, just kind of casually talk to somebody, see them around, and I think he appreciated some of my music videos or whatever. Like, I suppose in a way, we have a bit of a similar way we view art or something. But he obviously needed extras and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, do you want to be one of the extras in the video?" So there's a few other people I knew there too. So yeah, I think with him, he goes to like who he knows, innit?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yeah. Like, help me out because I know you. So yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's it really.
Yeah, because I remember you did like a horrorcore like song one time as well. Was it that came out on Halloween?
The Reckoning.
Yeah, where you did the Frau Mange album cover, isn't it, for the artwork?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that was sick.
Yeah, that was The Reckoning. Yeah, I really loved that one actually. I really like the lyricism on that. But yeah, it's another kind of relationship one where I'm kind of using a lot of metaphor there and stuff.
So we're getting kind of like a niche here, man. You're going to be like the MC that just like kills the husbands and just, you know, really that.
Maybe. I think, yeah, I like films, and making a film is too much work. So making a music video is the closest you can kind of get. So when I have the opportunity to make one, it's exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Reckoning, yeah, I'm stealing people's souls in that, innit?
Yeah.
And Fatal Attraction, I do kill someone. What day? I don't kill anyone. It's just I'm on a date and I'm daydreaming about a date I'd rather be on. Yeah, it's not always murdering men, I swear.
You sound like you could evolve into like directing short films as well.
Yeah, I can't tell if I like that idea or not. Like, I feel like the most exciting feeling ever is when I like know what music video I want to do and I start to plan it. But I feel like a lot of that feeling's to do with it, the opportunity to express something, like fantasize about it and then make it real. Yeah. And if I can get that level of excitement for somebody else's thing, or for something that isn't music, then yeah, I can imagine doing that. I can imagine directing a music video for somebody else. I suppose. If I was a real fan of their work, I would love to conceptualize a music video for somebody I was a fan of. I don't just mean I mean anyone, like a friend. I could be a fan of a friend. Yeah. Yeah.
Man. So would you see, I mean, it's interesting because obviously you said you're going to start being more prolific, like with your output, but what would you see at this stage is like the Jaz Kahina legacy that of you as an artist?
I don't really know. I feel like, to be completely honest, I don't know if it's very self-important, is I just don't really feel like there's anybody else that really does what I do. Mm-hmm. Maybe I mean that in terms of content, and then not just content, but like a mixture. The reason being a mixture of like gender, and like niche things, and then the content as well. Like, I feel like a lot of things I do, I have mates and stuff that really relate to it, and there's not really anything else like it. Yeah. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the legacy is maybe, to me, that, I don't know, is maybe originality. But then I don't know, it's not just that either. I find it hard to explain. I just don't think there's really any artists like me. I think there's probably many gaps in the market, but I would be somebody that could definitely fill a gap in the underground UK music market, for sure.
Yeah. So basically your total package, you're saying?
I guess so. I don't know. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Yeah, there's a lot of things crossing over that I do. And like the people that appreciate my music are very, very different to each other, a lot of them. And I notice whose fans I get interested in me too. The artists whose fans come to me, I'm like, that's interesting. People that like him, like me, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm on my own brand a bit.
Yeah. And do you have any live performances coming up? When can like the people come and see you, like do your thing?
Do you know, I haven't. I've got a booking in Germany in like October. You want to come to Germany? But also I'm gonna do a performance at Fisky at his Mind Over Matter event. I'm on his album, so that's at the Fiddler's Elbow on the 13th of June. But I haven't really got anything lined up at the moment apart from that. Yeah, so you'll just have to amuse yourself in my videos or book me.
And how can the people find your stuff, man? What's the best way to get in touch?
Jaz Kahina. If you just type Jaz Kahina into YouTube, I'd go through my YouTube videos. I feel like nearly every single thing I've ever put out has a video to it. Right. I like to have a video for everything if I can. Not everything has. Or Spotify. Yeah. Jaz Kahina on Spotify. On my Instagram, where I'm a bit of an idiot sometimes. People quite like it when I'm a bit of an idiot. Yeah, so yeah, those places.
That's wicked, man. That's wicked. Well, Jaz, I want to thank you so much for like taking time to kick it with us, and definitely gonna keep supporting you on our platform, and definitely looking forward to hearing what you got coming next.
Me too, man. I'm gassed.
Wicked, man. Well, thanks again for joining us for Head to Head, and yeah, we'll catch up again soon.
We will. Thank you.
Awesome. Take care. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah. Yo, I make that stupid mystic euphemistic music, you should listen to it.